championship action for you folks as Los Supremos challenge the Piss Beaters for the Canadian Tag Team Championship. This one's going to get wild in a hurry. Quite a contrast of styles here, Bo Darvell.
Yeah, you got that silly lucha libre weirdo wrestling.
What are you doing? Insulting the great legendary heritage of lucha libre here in Rock Solid Wrestling. Kid Supremo took the mantle up, and now he's brought his family into it. When he had an opportunity to go for tag team gold, he said, I'm going to call my papi, and we are going to win this one as a father-son duo. What an incredible story from these two.
How do you think it's going to feel for Papi to watch the Piss Beaters destroy his own flesh and blood son in the ring, and he can't get in there to save him?
I think that you're not giving these two enough credit. First and foremost, I happen to know for a fact that Papi is very, very proud of Kid Supremo, as we all are here at Rock Solid Wrestling. And again, I think you're not giving these two enough credit. I think the Piss Beaters, just like you, Bo, are going to underestimate these two high-flying luchadors. Here comes O'Reilly off the ropes.
There's that size difference. There's the experience difference. There's the viciousness difference. Come on.
This Los Supremos certainly have a lot working against them. And as you said earlier, that size difference
God.
certainly coming into play right there as a shove from Jake O'Reilly sends
Look at
Kid
that
Supremo
out of midair.
to
Let me
the
tell
mat.
you, Papi Supremo, you're not going to be Father of the Year for putting your kid through this disturbing beating.
You know, here comes Papi now, and most of you...
Papi Supremo should get some training from Daddy Davis.
Oh, come on now. That's insulting to the legend of Papi Supremo. You know, a legend in Mexican wrestling, a multi-time champion down there. He's a folk hero in his small village down there.
He should go back to his small village.
Well, he's looking to make the big time with his son. His son has hit the big time here in Rock Solid Wrestling, and like any good son, he wants to give back to the man that trained him and guided him since birth, his Papi.
You gotta understand though, it's like not, you know, when little Kid Supremo burnt his hand on the stove when he was young, and you know Papi would just scold him. This is like putting him in there with two pit bulls, two vicious animals. He's gonna get physically and mentally hurt.
Well, there is that possibility, but both Papi and Kid knew that when they traveled into this world of professional wrestling. And to be fair, something you haven't mentioned. Well, this could be it right here. No.
Quick.
Something you haven't mentioned is the fact that Kid Supremo has found quite a bit of success here in Rock Solid Wrestling. He certainly can handle himself.
Well, he kind of flies under the radar and above the radar, but
he flies all over the place, including into his opponents. And if the Piss Beaters aren't careful, we're going to see that again tonight. And maybe they'll get it in stereo, because Papi can fly too.
You know, all these guys, they hang out together. You see Turba, you see Atlas, you see Giselle Shaw. They hang out with Supremo. It's just gross seeing them all together.
Well, they want to support the young guy, you know. He wrestles his heart out. They admire his determination, something he learned, by the way, from his father. And here we see Papi hooking up with Irish Jake O'Reilly, an international incident here on Rock Solid Wrestling this week. As we
Is that Lucha Libre, that kick to the stomach?
Maybe Irish Lucha Libre, if there is such a thing. And here he goes off the ropes, coming in for that tackle. And looks like O'Reilly had the advantage on that one. Off he goes again. And again off the ropes. Look at that.
Same thing.
No! Not quite the same thing. Papi, a little experience there, shows that he knows what's coming up. Look at that. Beautiful head scissors from Papi. I told you this guy could fly. I told you this guy was a lucha legend.
Look, you might think O'Reilly's afraid, but let's take a look at this again.
Let's. A thing of beauty. Hanging on to that head of O'Reilly until the sheer force, the physics of it, took Jake O'Reilly and threw him right into Darko's corner.
See how the fans see O'Reilly go over to Darko like that, and they get on his back and call him names. But let me tell you, that's a smart thing. He just broke that momentum that the Lucha guys had.
You're absolutely right. If there's one thing you can't do with Los Supremos, oh, look at that, a little taunting from O'Reilly, letting him know he's still there. You can't allow Los Supremos to gain momentum, because once they do, once that ball gets rolling, it's incredibly difficult for them to stop. A very interesting test of strength here. Darko goes low, going for a monkey flip, showing his athleticism. Oh, but look at that. Supremo catching him, and beautiful. Look at that. Up and over. 1, 2. I thought we might have had new champs right there. It looks like Darko caught him, but no. Nice. Kid Supremo catches him with a side headlock takedown, and now those Supremos firmly in control.
Well, he has to use that speed to get over the size difference. What's O'Reilly?
O'Reilly coming in to help out his partner, but nope, Supremo caught him and sends them both going to the outside.
Here comes that stupid 619. I hate it.
Well, you might hate it, but the fans here love it, and it looks like Poppy enjoying it too. Very proud of his son. Here he comes, up and around. No, he got caught by O'Reilly, and now Jake is taking the fight to the outside here. It's pretty dark over there. I hope maybe we can get some word to somebody in the back. Try and get the lights up here so we can see what's happening down there. Poppy going to the rescue of his son right now, and Darko following in pursuit here.
This is going crazy. What's going on here?
It's devolved into a Donnybrook, it looks like. But hey, you know what? I know that O'Reilly has no problem with that, fighting out on the streets of Boston. I know that Darko has no issue. He'll pick a fight with anybody. And Los Supremos,